Hussein Ahmed, the self-made refugee, as the Minister of Immigration in the Canadian regime. Hussein got some attention because of injustice on immigration matters lately. When his lifestyle gets researched, many similarities with Obama Hussein are coming up. It seems that the North American regimes are importing political personalities from Africa. Same what they did with Obama, born in Kenya, grew up in Indonesia, fake birth certificate from Hawaii, nobody knows him from his education schools and university. Now Ahmed Hussein with his strange name correction or name change. Then he immigrated to Canada as a refugee. Now after a few years he is the Minister for Refugees and Immigrants. Together with a whole bunch of Muslim wannabe politician. But against the suggestion of his mother, he obviously forgot where he is and coming from, and what he experienced. Now he is cheating immigrants and refugees on a mass scale together with his made-up criminal fake citizenship judges. With all criminal energy he is importing Syrian refugees which he is searching one by one, because most of them have no interest coming to Canada. More details can be found on the net. Another case is that he is denying Nepal refugees. But then he is importing one airplane load Nepali people in Darjeeling/India which got asked on the roadside without any applications or legal papers. Kenny and Ahmed Hussein are not only cheating refugees and immigrants worldwide, also the Canadian people. Because with the arbitrary import of people who never wanted to come to Canada they are creating social problems. With this social problems they want to prepare chaos for the coming New World Order and to fill up the next generation of Canadian concentration camps with Canadian citizens who disagree. Another reason of importing refugees is to make the white population of Canada a minority. Don't forget the Canadian government is a fascistic totalitarian regime. Ministers like Ahmed Hussein and citizenship judge Anjaniga are trained and brainwashed by the R.C.M.P to do any crime without emotion and contradiction. The R.C.M.P is well known for systematic criminality of all kind and execution-style killings, torture, and camouflaged murderings and obstructions of any research thereof. And also what's very important to know. He is related and connected to the criminal Jewish mafia which serves him with money and orders to do the crimes for them. Also his list of honors and recognition shows very clear that he is a regime mafia member. What is really mentioning, or recognizing in his life? And then what shall even be honorable? That's even disgusting. Most of the so-called private volunteers did more for society than Ahmed Hussein. It is the same regime mafia build up like Obama, also a Hussein. He, the great drone killer and drone terrorist, got the Nobel Prize for Peace in the beginning of his presidency. Can it get more obvious, perverted, and criminal? This kind of today's criminal politician puppets get systematically built up by the New World Order mafia syndicate in all Commonwealth and Western countries. Now with the backhold of the criminal fascistic Canadian N.W.O regime he is tripping back and forth in his political enforced agenda. He is complaining by the RCMP not to make too harsh interviews, but also making endless interviews over many years by clean, working rightful immigrants who bring a lot of money. He lets in Al-Qaeda and ISIS refugees on the order of his shadow masters. Communication shows that it is empty, meaningless, and also political and legally empty. The communication with Ahmed Hussein shows clear that he has a dark criminal agenda to hide. Following a few official points of his dark crooked agenda life. Ahmed Hussein. Somali, Axmed Sassin, Arabic, Ahmed Hussein Somali, Axmed Sassin, born 1976, is a Somali-Canadian lawyer and politician. He is the national president of the Canadian Somali Congress and Canada's Minister of Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship. As of October 2015, Hussein is an MP in the Canadian Parliament, representing the York South-Weston. Early life and education. Hussein was raised in Somalia. His father was a long-distance trucker, and he has 5 older siblings. He learned to speak English there from a cousin. After the civil war broke out in Somalia, Hussein and his family left Mogadishu. He then lived for a period in several apartments in Nairobi, Kenya. Hussein subsequently emigrated to Canada, initially residing in Hamilton. In 1993, at 16 years of age and at the time a refugee, he relocated to Toronto. Later settled in Regent Park in 1996. Hussen completed his secondary school years in Hamilton. Due to a Canadian government policy that delayed granting permanent residency status to emigrants from Somalia, he had to decline 3 running scholarships to universities in the United States. For his post-secondary studies, Hussen eventually attended York University, earning a BA in history in 2002. He later received a law degree from the University of Ottawa, and passed the bar exam in September 2012. Hussen is married to Abayan Farah, who is also a Somali-Canadian. They have 3 sons. Early career. Hussen began his career in public service and politics in the fall of 2001. He started out doing volunteer work in Legislative Assembly of Ontario. He was hired the following year as an assistant to Dalton McGuinty, the leader of the province's official opposition. Hussen worked in this capacity until November 2003, when he was promoted to special assistant, concurrently with the Liberal Party's election victory. He held this new post for 2 years, during which he was in charge of issues management, policy, and communications. Hussen later worked with the Royal Canadian Mounted Police's Youth Engaged in National Security Issues Committee. He also founded the Regent Park Community Council. The representative body facilitated a $500 million revitalization and redevelopment project in Regent Park, the largest such initiative in the country. During the project's implementation, he was tasked with consulting with and protecting the interests of the area's 15,000 residents. And did he do it? Hussen currently serves as the national president of the Canadian Somali Congress. Under his leadership, the CSC partnered with the Canadian International Peace Project and Canadian Jewish Congress to establish the Canadian Somali Jewish Mentorship Project. It is the first national mentoring and development project between a sizable Muslim community and the Jewish community. In May 2010, the Canadian Somali Congress and Canadian International Peace Project also partnered with the Global Enrichment Foundation to launch the Somali Women's Scholarship Program. Hussen acts as the program's founding director. Until 2012, Hussen served as a sitting member of the Stephen Harper government's Cross-Cultural Roundtable on Security. Established in 2005, the panel brought together prominent members from a number of Canada's cultural communities and government officials in order to discuss policy and program issues, and to promote dialogue and strengthen understanding between the national authorities and its electorate. Before his entry into politics, Hussen practiced criminal law, immigration and refugee law, and human rights law at his office in Toronto. On January 10, 2017, Hussen was appointed Minister of Immigration as part of a cabinet shuffle by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. The nomination makes Hussen the first Somali-Canadian refugee to serve in federal government. Conclusion is, Hussenthe Hussein is a proven member of the Canadian Queen regime mafia, who was imported as an agent to serve the N.W.O agenda, invent Islam, Sharia law, Al-Qaeda refugees, and select immigrants on a shadow convenience selection agenda. Research. N.W.O connection to Canada. Jewish influence in Canada. Jewish New World Order. Oligarchy in Canada. English Secret Service connection to Canada. The British Queen rules Canada. Immigration in Canada. Censorship in Canada. Privileges in Canada. Hussen Ahmed, the self-made refugee, as the Minister of Immigration in the Canadian regime. Hussen got some attention because of injustice on immigration matters lately. When his lifestyle gets researched, many similarities with Obama Hussein are coming up. It seems that the North American regimes are importing political personalities from Africa. Same what they did with Obama, born in Kenya, grew up in Indonesia, fake birth certificate.